Stay tuned as we check out the Black Order's Ebony Maw, part of this Marvel Legends Armoured Thanos Build-A-Figure wave. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And we are finally getting round to reviewing this Armoured Thanos Avengers Endgame Build-A-Figure wave. And who else to start with than the last member I need to complete my Marvel Legends Black Order, Mr. Ebony Maw. So as you can see, it's got the Infinity War logo on the front, as he is heavily featured in Infinity War, of course, with the rest of the Black Order. So I had to open him first. Doesn't come with any accessories, but he does come with a Build-A-Figure piece for Armoured Thanos. On the side of the box, we get a little picture of Ebony Maw, the same picture on the back. We get a little write-up, and as always, you get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to complete the Armoured Thanos Build-A-Figure. Today we're reviewing Ebony Maw. So as I said, had to start off with this guy as I couldn't wait any longer. I need my complete Black Order. So without further ado, let's get him open. Pow! And here we have Ebony Maw out of the packaging. And I must admit, first impressions are pretty high. I knew I was going to like this guy ever since I first seen him at New York Toy Fair in October. I knew it was an essential piece to the Black Order puzzle, him and Corvus Glaive. I've recently just reviewed Corvus Glaive in that 2-pack with Loki. So make sure you check out the videos tab or click the little eye in the corner, as there is a full review of that. But yeah, this is the last piece I need for that Black Order. And as always, with the MCU Marvel Legends, they go all out with new sculpt and the details are great. And since this came out a whole year after Infinity War, they've seemed to got all the details right. At first glance anyway, I'm sure you could zoom in and nitpick specific details, but I'm not that guy. If it looks like the character it's meant to look from like a foot away, then I'm happy. And it looks pretty good. So I'll zoom in and show you those details. But all the articulation seems to be there to get him in some funky poses as well. He comes packaged like this with that famous shushing pose. So the arm's a little bit warped out of the box, because this arm you can get all the way flush to the side, where this one sticks out a little bit because of the way it was packaged. But again, I'm sure hot water, cold water can fix that. Anyway, I quite like this pose. So I have no doubts he's going to be posed on my shelf like this. But yeah, articulation is pretty good. So he doesn't come with any accessories, or does he really need them? But we do have a Build-A-Figure piece for the Armoured Thanos Build-A-Figure. So as always, subscribe to the channel, come back. Once I've reviewed all the figures in this wave, I will review and have a look at Thanos. So yeah, this guy's really good. Let me zoom in and I'll show you those details. So here we have a close-up of Voldemort, aka Squidward, whatever you want to call him. He doesn't have a nose though, that's for sure. And yeah, that head sculpt is really, really good. Very accurate, very creepy, alien looking. This is the type of character my missus will not like seeing on the shelf. She'll be like, who is that ugly guy? And then I will have to educate her on who Ebony Maw is. But yeah, it looks really, really good. I think they're using the digital face tech, at least for the eyes. But it is an alien character, so it is much easier to get right in figure form. But the sculpt is weird and crazy. And he even has a little bit of hair on the back of his head there that's sculpted. It seems to be a separate piece glued on the head, but decent. And then, as you can see while we're zoomed in, look at all this sculpted detail. Very simple sort of design, but it very effective for the character. He's wearing some sort of advanced, I don't know, cloak or robe or something, but it looks like it's all metal. You've got the bit of gold, which is nice contrast. Then the fingers, he's got 2 hands. Would have been good maybe to get interchangeable hands for some weird poses, but I think the ones we've got are decent enough. There you can see a hand with some rings on it as such. And then this hand, again, a bit more open. They've got like weird rings on them or something maybe. But the sculpt detail goes all the way down to those feet. These are the feet that we all saw in the trailer where everyone thought it was Loki's feet walking through the dead as Guardians. But no, it was Ebony Maw the whole time. And yeah, and as I said, you can pull the hand all the way up and he can literally pick his nose if he wanted to. There you go. But yeah, there's that famous shushing pose that he does. Shh. So Ebony Maw is taller than your average legend, and I will do some comparisons in a minute, of course. But as you can see, he's about 7.5 inches, so which is a very decent size. And as I've already mentioned, the articulation is pretty good. Apart from this warped hand, which again is easily fixable, it was just the way he was packaged. He does have double jointed elbows, so you can like get him whatever pose you want to do. You know, I'm not that guy to go to for poses and crazy articulation and stuff, but it is there if you want to do it. My guy is just going to be standing on the shelf, looking menacing with the rest of the squad, but it's nice to have those posing options as always. So yeah, what else can I say really? Let's just get to it, shall we? Let's just get to it. Let's see what he looks like with a squad. So there you have it, the complete Black Order. Ebony Maw, Cull Obsidian, Proxima Midnight, Corvus, Glaive. And yeah, really like the inclusion of these guys in Infinity War. Yes, they've all met their match already, but still, it's nice to have them in figure form in all their glory. And I do think they look great with Thanos. Probably armoured Thanos will look better, but I do think the scale of them all is decent enough as well. Is it 100% perfect? Probably not. Obviously, we all know that Cull Obsidian looks different in the film. Proxima Midnight looks a tiny bit different, but mainly the same. So they're not 100% accurate to the movie, but as I've already mentioned, if they look like the character they're meant to look like from a foot away, then for me on my display, it is fine. I'm not going to complain too much about it. They look great. They look like who they're meant to look like. And yeah, they look really good. Definitely need to build some sort of villain display or diorama. And as I said, I need to get armoured Thanos in the mix because this Thanos looks fine. But I do prefer the armoured look. And I'm very much look forward to completing the armoured Thanos once I've finished reviewing the rest of the figures in this wave. So let's see what he looks like compared to some of our heroes, shall we? Here we have Ebony Maw with two of the heroes he encountered in Infinity War with Doctor Strange, of course, and Iron Man. And I thought, just for fun as well, I've got a Chitauri, which isn't exactly a Marvel Legend, it's a Marvel Select, but he did sort of have a few scenes where he's commanding these Chitauris around. And I do have a couple of these Marvel Selects, and they are a little bit too big for Marvel Legends scale, but when you have a figure this tall, it can sort of work. So that is how those two look together. So you could have your Ebony Maw controlling some Chitauri on the shelf, maybe. So there you have it. There's my initial thoughts and quick review of Ebony Maw. Again, really solid figure. Very happy with it. Really happy to have my Black Order complete as well. It only took Hasbro a year, let's be honest, compared to some other teams in the Marvel Universe. That is not bad going for Hasbro. And I love Infinity War, so it's so good to have all these characters on my shelf, creating my own little MCU. So yeah, very happy. You let me know in the comments below. Do you have your full Black Order? Are you still waiting to find a couple of the figures? Really interested to see what you are thinking of this guy. Probably, maybe the best figure in the wave, and I haven't even opened the rest yet. We shall see. You let me know in the comments, and as always, please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated as always, people, and I shall see you on the next one.